and welcome back. Court Farm Country Estate. The linseed is ready to harvest on home farm, but before we can get the combine out, first we need to make some changes to the Massey ready for carting. Let's get farming. So we've got a couple of updates to make to the Massey to get it ready for carting. One I want to do straight off the bat is get a front 3-point on it. Now the tractor itself doesn't have a configuration for that, but I have downloaded a mod that we should be able to add it with. Yeah, here we go. Massey Ferguson front hydraulic. We will go without PTO because the main reason for having this is to have extra weight on the front. We will go with 2 connection hoses, and I'm going to go with the jet black because that's the color we've got on the Massey. So let's buy that. That's going to be 2,400. And then, now that we've got that, I want to put some wheels on the Massey, which will be good for carting. So we'll come over here. We will customize this. And the tires I want to put on are a set of Michelins. Given our farm, yeah, I think we'll just go with the standards. That will be fine. Front weight, we want no front weight because we're going to use the front connector on it and customize that. It's not going to cost us anything. That's absolutely fantastic. I thought we were actually going to have to pay something to get that done, but no, it's great. It's going to be nothing to get that sorted. Just the extra money for the front 3 points. So bring that up here, and we should be able to connect it up. Yep, there we go. I don't think there are any cables or anything. No. And if we back that off a little bit, I think we could also grab a quick front weight for this. Nothing too heavy. Maybe just a 700 or a 650. Yeah, let's go with the 650, I think. That should do us quite nicely. We'll get that in the jet black as well. That will cost us 700. Yes, okay. And because I've backed the Massey off, it should be directly in front of the tractor. Wow, that looks like a sizable weight for this tractor. Right, let's lift it up. Yep, that's added a little bit of extra weight to the front of the tractor. But the advantage of that now, of course, is that we should be able to put a bigger front weight on here and be able to balance out the sprayer when we come to use it. Having got this back to the yard, we can connect it up with the trailer. But actually, first, I think our better choice would be to hook it up to the header for the combine, get that down to the field and get that all set up. So we'll back this into here. We might have to take this a little bit wider on the turn on the way out. I think we might give this all a clean before we take it down to the shop or down to the field. We didn't have the pressure washer last time, and so the combine got put away dirty. So I'd like to try and clean it, I think, before we take it out to the field. Are we going to miss that? Yes! Oh, wow. I did not expect to actually get that out of there without any problem. So we'll just grab this, give this a quick wash down. We're probably going to get a bit muddy heading down to the field. I mean, we've got to go along the muddy roadway to get down there. But don't think it'll be as bad as this was because we went through a lot of mud to get back to the shed last time. And I'm just going to take the mud off the Massey as well. It'd be nice to have that nice and sparkly for this job, although it is going to have to drive through a fair amount of mud to get back and forth from the field while it's carting. There we go, that is all done. We'll jump into the tractor, and yeah, this is the cleanest this is going to look all day. Now, to get down to this field, we're going to have to skirt the edge of the oats here. I think this might be able to do it without too much problem. We might lose a little bit up the top there. But I think the combine is probably going to take out some of the oats. I think if I was to buy this grass field here, I'd probably put a roadway in coming down here to do this. And yeah, that would be really quite nice to be able to do that. I am not too bad a position though. What we're going to do is park this down this side of this field here, nicely out the way, and then I'm going to take the tractor back up to the farm. Although I'm going to have to turn it right around because otherwise our combine is not going to get at this header trailer. So we'll have to put it a little bit into the other farmer's grass field. They won't mind. It's absolutely fine. Disconnect that, and we'll head back up to the farm in the Massey, which already has got pretty dirty again. Yep, my tractor is definitely looking pretty muddy again, having just washed it. Oh, actually, while I'm here, there's something I want to talk about. Thanks to Disturbed Simulations, you pointed out something that I miscommunicated, or a myth that I'd been propagating and mentioned in my last video about grass rollers. Now, I might see if I put a graphic up on screen of some testing I did since the last video. But if we have a look here at our grass field, you might notice that this is now fully on growth stage 2. Now, I did not roll this field this perfectly. And what it means is that growth stage 1 and harvested are identical states in Farming Simulator 22. And that means that rolling the grass has absolutely no effect in precision farming. So these rollers are absolutely useless. So however I've got them on the farm, I want to return them. In fact, yeah, we've got them leased. I'm going to return them. We will not be using these again. And to be perfectly honest, I won't be using grass rollers again in Farm Sim while I am doing precision farming. Because they don't have any effect. I might as well just leave the field and give myself some time back. So we'll return those rollers. We'll stop them costing us money every day. And then we'll go and jump in the combine harvester. And we'll head down the field. Or actually, we'll give it a wash first. And then we'll head down the field in it and get things set up. Remember how clean this combine looks now. Because by the time we get down to the field, it is going to be cakes in mud again. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely caked in mud. You would not know that I'd just washed this combine at all. I think we're lined up. No, not quite. Let's back off. Much easier to do this actually in cab. And yeah, we're way over. So this cab, we want to line up here. And into position, connect up our PTO, check that that is all working. Yep. So unfold the combine and we can be away. And oh yeah, this is my favorite thing to do in Farm Sim. Cut the fields, get some harvesting going. Let's get to it and get the linseed cut. Look at the deep green of the yield map that's following this combine. Wow, that is a vast improvement over the field beans we had in here last year. And we are already 50% full. I don't even know if we're going to make it the whole way around this field before we need to empty, which is a little bit of a concern. As long as we have enough space along the edge to empty this, I think we'll be all right. But yeah, that's a little bit concerning as to whether we'll actually have enough space to unload this or whether we'll make it the whole way around the field. We've just pinged 80% full. This is an absolutely brilliant yield we're getting off here. I don't think I can get the whole way down this end. We're going to give it a go and see how far we get. I think I might be better off, though, just trying. When we get to 90%, I might have to cut in sideways a little bit, give myself a bit more space. And yeah, 90% is about there. So let's just see if we can't make some space here. Back this out, and we'll cut in. Oh, without going in the river. No. Oh God. Right. I better get myself out of here because we've got a problem. Well, eventually hauled out of the river. Combine, thankfully, is none the worse for wear. But we still need to cut into this bit. Oh, really, really difficult bit to go in and get maneuvered. But there we go. We've made space. We're at 93%, which I think is a good point to empty this at. Don't want to back up too far again. And we'll get the auger out and we'll go and get the tractor. I don't know if it's the front 3-point link on this or the weight, but it sounds like a bongo going off all the time, or a kettle drum. You know, it sounds like we've got an empty barrel attached to the front of this tractor at the moment. It's really, really weird. I'm not quite sure why that would happen. Of course, the other thing to note is the combine falling into the ditch like that would not be such a minor inconvenience in real life as it is in this. For interests of keeping things going on here, it came out easily. But yeah, if I was doing a role player think on here, then we would probably get this to empty. We'd probably end up having to borrow another combine and pull everything and pull it all out and do everything later. But yeah, just in the interests of not wanting to cut out all my mistakes, I think falling into the ditch is a big enough mistake that I want to keep it in, but we're not going to let ourselves delay too long because of it. Just want to have a look at this. I like this setup a lot. This feels like a very classic setup with this Massey Ferguson 690, this class carrot trailer, and the class mega combine. Really, really nice setup we have with these here. Oh, before we go anywhere, let's turn the tractor off, and then we can jump back in the combine and get back to doing some harvesting. Turn on the front and away we go. You might think my tractor is in the way leaving it there, but nope, I can lift up my front and we can go around the back and then backing in. Not too much of a problem at all. We're up to 80% full again, so not going to be too long before we need to empty our harvester for the second time. If we don't make it to the end here, I think we'll go to the end and then empty again. I'm just trying to keep an eye on how everything is running here. We're at 97, 98, 99. Whoa, there will do. Get the auger out. We will stop comb moving, and then I'll draw the Massey underneath. Yeah, we want to draw it underneath from this way. That way we can just pull forward a little bit if we need to empty at the end. Wow, that's actually going very nicely. Pull it under like so, and then we can empty it out and all will be good. There we are. Back it off a little bit, and there we go. Just evening things out a little bit in the trailer. It's not full, I know that much, Auger in, turn on the thresher again, down with the header, and we need to go out a little bit because I did notice we were beginning to miss little bits out to the left-hand side. Not gonna go very far before we need to fill up or need to empty again, but it's still gonna be sort of 8%, so that's good. Let's pull this forward, empty it out. We're at 95% here, so yeah, we can pretty much get 2 full tanks off this combine into this trailer. And as a result, actually, we want to turn all of this off and overload into the trailer. And yeah, it's all gone in. So let's go get this tipped back at the farm. 99% full and doing well. Hopefully this tractor's now going to make it up this hill. I'm steering clear of the mud as much as I possibly can. Unfortunately, in some places, it's just unavoidable here. And yeah, just trying to get around it and skirt around it. Some places you just end up in more of it. This little Matty though is doing great. It's making its way through. It's skidding a little bit. Yeah, because it's a 4-wheel drive one, it does have traction on all 4 wheels. So as long as I can get one of the wheels on some solid ground, it seems to get through the mud and is working quite well. Wow, yeah, this works as a setup, thankfully. I'm glad it's not quite as bad as I was fearing it was going to be. I am really impressed by the yield we're getting from the linseed on here. It does kind of show to me that the field beans that we had on here last year were underperforming. They weren't that bad. We had a good amount of fertilizer and nitrogen down for them. We had, I think we got rid of the weeds in them. We weren't too bad on this field as far as setup, and yet the yield was massively down for what they should have been. And this year, with everything done on this field, we are seeing the kind of results we would expect. There are some odd patches where the yield is a little bit lower, but in general, this field is looking pretty good, and I'm very happy with it. We are at 84% off this side, which means before I do a cut-in, I am going to have to empty the combine again. So auger out. We'll go and get the Massey, empty into it, and then we can cut into the crop and not worry about us running out of space in the combine before that happens, or before we get to the end of the row at the very least. All in all, it's being a very successful linseed harvest on here, other than the obvious thing of ending up in the water, in the dike at the bottom of the field. One thing to note is, although we have a massively increased yield on here, I don't think we're gonna end up with a larger amount of money from this linseed. The best price for it is just over £700 per 1,000 litre. We are gonna end up with about 36,000 litres off here, I think, maybe 3 full trailer worths. And yeah, that is not the 39 to 40,000 pounds we made off the linseed this year. So yeah, off the field bean this year. The linseed is much lower paying than than the other crop we were running on here. So despite the much better yield, this crop is not going to pay us as well. Something that makes me wonder, what if we could get the best yield off here for the field beans? Would we have made 50,000 off here? I mean, that would have been absolutely amazing. Our second full trailer off here. I don't think it's quite a full trailer. I don't think it's far off though. 92%. Yeah, I'm gonna go and tip this. It doesn't make any sense to hang around the field for much more with a trailer this full. Plus, this tractor isn't overly happy about pulling a full trailer up that hill. We're half full again, and I don't think we're going to get much more than a trailer off here. In fact, I think we'll be fairly lucky to get another full trailer off here. This is not a huge amount of field we have left. Maybe 6 or 7 rows. So, yeah, I think going by what we've had so far off this field, that is not a huge amount left for this combine to harvest. At least we know we've managed to make it through the cutting without too much problem, and we are at least 2/3 full. I mean, that is a fair whack of yield we've had on that last row. So we might just have another full tank by the time we turn around and go back the other way. Because yeah, this field is doing really well, and I couldn't be happy about it. But yeah, it's not going to be as profitable as our field beans were last year. I might be wrong about how much we have left on this field. We are at 53%, having only done 2 rows. We have 2 rows left to go, and that would pretty much fill our trailer if we got another full tank off this combine. So I think we're going to have marginally over a single trailer left on here. Not a massive amount over, but just a little bit, just a bit to say, oh, we didn't quite fill up the last trailer. This is going to fill up this one. I think we might be missing a bit on the right hand side. Nope, that is all going in. So yeah, that is a complete row there. It's gonna go out a little bit at the end here, so I'm gonna move over so that we don't grab all of our straw when we come to do this bit. In fact, I'm gonna clean up this little bit before we turn around, before we go back and do the other section in the middle of the field. But yeah, we're at 79% already. This is going to throw us over 80%, and we're going to have a full tank about halfway down this side, which is way more than I thought we still had on this field. That is really good. That's actually the best outcome I could have hoped for on here. Now I wonder if I can set this to do a hired worker, and we can get it to just go down the rest of the field. I don't think it will. I don't think it follows the direction of the ground texture on here. Let's see. We'll set it and hire. Do you know what? That is going to the direction of the ground texture. And that means we can just grab this, and at 48% we might be able to unload this down the rest of the field. Out with the auger and emptying. Oh yeah, look at that. What a way to finish this field off. Very, very happy with that. And oh wow. Oh, the combine thinks it's finished, but it hasn't. We still have 74%. Yeah, there we go. Empty it out, fill up our trailer, and we'll go and park this at the bottom of our field of oats once we're done. And that has all fit in that trailer. That trailer's looking very full. We might be a full trailer. If it's more than 12,000 litres, that's actually a really good thing. I am still tempted to borrow the money and get that field. I know it would mean we get nowhere near finishing, nowhere near paying off the loan, but it's so tempting. It would give us another good amount of money in. Either that one or that one. Both of those would work really well to getting things sorted. Right, we'll park this over here. We'll turn it round, park it up, and it's only 2:05. So I think we'll go and tip the grain, and then once we've tipped the grain, we'll get the baler down here. We'll get this field baled up, and then that's a job we won't have to do later. 12,503 litres in the trailer. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with the amount we've got off there. So let's go grab our fence. We'll go and hook this up to the baler while that's tipping. And yeah, it's not as much as I said. It's not as much as we're going to get or got from the field beans this year. It's still a decent amount. I think we're still talking about 30,000 off the linseed this year, but yeah, definitely not as much as the field beans. Let that up. It might get a bit closer if we sell all the bales off. We don't actually have a huge amount of well, actually we don't need a huge amount of straw bales. We've got a load here, so we might see if we can get a good price for the straw bales this year, and do that way. So let's get these down there. Let's get this baled up, and then if we got time, we might get them picked up as well, or I might just leave them down here until we've baled up the oats as well. Okay, so we got the bale down to the field. Let's start it up, drop it down, and away we go. This field. Wow, that's a decent number of bales off here. Yeah, that's 20 bales off this field today. I'm really, really pleased with that. That is a cracking result. We will be baling up the oats tomorrow as well. So very similar kind of video next time. Harvesting the oats, seeing how well they do, and baling up the bales. We may see if we have enough time to collect them all off these fields as well, and then decide what to do with them. For now though, I'm gonna leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.